so here's the completed translational hand controller. As you see, I got a few buttons on here. I'll kind of explain what I have them currently programmed to do. I'm demonstrating this using the Orbiter Spaceflight Sim. You can see I've got the standard Delta Glider model there over by the ISS, just so you can kind of see movement. So standard, make sure I keep my hand out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. Translational hand controller, so I can go, left, back to the right, up, down, and then the real trick, forward, and then back again. So these two buttons down here, this one here, it programs specifically for Orbiter, and I have this all programmed using a program called Auto Hotkeys to translate what the computer sees as just joystick buttons into keyboard commands. So I have the script set up specifically for Orbiter. So this button here on the left, what that's going to do is going to, when you hold it, you're still firing the thrusters, but at only 10% thrust. And the button on the right switches between linear translation controls and rotational controls. I don't have it programmed yet, but what I'm going to do is, for Orbiter specifically, this button over here on the left side is going to be basically a sync button. So for Orbiter, it uses the same keyboard commands for rotation and translation controls. It uses the number pad for those controls. What I'd like to do is have it so that when I switch between rotation and translation, switching into rotation completely disables this joystick. I don't have that programmed yet, but when I do, what's going to be the issue is if this control box is out of sync with what Orbiter is seeing, then the joystick will not work when Orbiter is actually in translation mode and vice versa, because this box is just a joystick. It can't read any of the data out from Orbiter, so it has no way of knowing what mode Orbiter is in. So basically, the idea would be if Orbiter is in linear mode, but the box is currently in the rotational mode, I can press that button to sync it up. So that's going to be the idea, but for right now, the joystick itself works like a champ.